You're about to hear the answer to my question, what's wrong with Canada? Catherine Swift is joining me. And if you want to become a member, you can just press that little button on your phone or on your computer, become a member, and you can listen to her for about 12 minutes, the long version of what's wrong with Canada. But many people are saying, Canada's not working. The can-do country is no longer working. A lot of reasons why. What are a few of the major ones?
Well, the overarching reason is bad government, really, because we look at what's happening in Canada. It's not happening in other countries. It's happening in some other countries.
Britain is going down the
Britain
toilet.
is too,
yes.
But they've used some of the same policies as Canada has, or maybe Canada is the same as Britain has. So we know immigration's out of control. We know that the criminal code has been lightened up on people.
Yeah.
People with different skin colors get treated differently than other people for exactly the same crime. I mean, that's just wrong if you don't have equality in our
and talking
legal
about immigration,
system.
we're also so one of the other big problems though is that of immigration, where people say, you know what, come to this country and you can keep your own ways. And those ways, for instance, with a lot of Middle East cultures, are not proper with women. Our authorities say you can keep on doing that.
Not just with women. They're not consistent with our values. And a lot of people like to say, oh, it's racist. It's not racist. I don't really, people I don't think fundamentally care about somebody's skin color. But if your values are totally different than traditional Canadian values, and there's no pressure on you to say, well, can I fit in here? No. We got nut bars out in the street. Preaching hate, they're being tolerated by our police. And police are under, the orders of the government, so I don't really blame the police in and of themselves. But that kind of madness didn't happen in big cities, and it's happening now in Canadian big cities.
So why are we so tolerant of people being intolerant? People saying, you know what, we hear it, kill the Jews. And we do nothing about it.
Yeah, no. Well, I find it an utter disgrace. Not enough Canadians have the courage to speak out about it. They are, we Canadians are quite milquetoast on balance. We are absurdly tolerant to the point of our own suffering, and I think that's what's happening now. We tolerate these bad governments. We pay gobs of taxes. You want to talk about why our economy's uncompetitive? Massive taxes and massive rules, regulations, red tape. Our businesses are uncompetitive. They're leaving the country. And we have the public sector growing at a much faster rate than the private sector. And by the way, government doesn't pay for itself. Private sector has to pay for government. So when you got the wealth consuming sector growing like stink and the wealth creating sector shrinking, you got a big problem. I call it the Grecian formula.
Oh, but I don't have a big problem because Grecians have the other side. 3 minutes. Thank you. You're terrific. To those of you who have subscribed and donated, a heartfelt thank you. You're keeping us on the air. If you're watching and you haven't, please try to do so, because 4 years ago we started this show because there needed to be independent analysis. Now more than ever, with the Online Harms Act, once that gets into law, it's been passed once by the House, there are going to be hundreds of bureaucrats censoring the news in Canada, censoring this show. We need to keep it on the air. Thanks for your support.